I want to share with you some overrated business tips which you shouldn't follow, because not all the advice that you receive can help you grow and expand your business. First one, your product or service has to be unique. This is a tip that we hear all the time, and it's not true because it doesn't have to. It's nice to be unique, but doesn't have to be. We've seen many times cases where competitors are copying the original, and every time they do that, they try to do something better, and they do it better. They improve on the weaknesses of the original, and they come up with something stronger, and they, boom, dominate the market. So why not? You can do the same. It doesn't have to be unique all the time. So it's a tip which may be true sometimes, but not every time. The second tip is the customer is always right. Most of the time, I would say, but not always, because the word always here just ruins it for me. There are some customers that you really don't want as customers, because they may be having the wrong attitude, or they don't want to pay, or they pay with late payments, or they have an aggressive attitude towards you, or whatever. You just do not feel good when they are your client. So why not just ditch them? You can do without them. In fact, you might even be better without them. So there's nothing wrong with firing a customer. And that's why I don't believe that the customer is always right. I think the customer is right most of the time, but not always, because there are always those customers that are idiots, and I would rather do without them. The third piece of advice that I hear all the time, and I don't always agree, is advertise on Facebook. Okay, it works for some people, but not for everyone. And sometimes I see businesses that they are advertising and spending a lot of money on Facebook, and the question is, do they really achieve the objectives that they want to achieve? If you spend money on Facebook, that advertising money is supposed to give you additional sales, additional leads, and additional revenues. But if you don't generate this revenue, stop it. There's many other ways to advertise. You don't just have to advertise on Facebook because it sounds cool. It's a piece of advice that you hear every day. People like Gary Vaynerchuk will tell you every day that you need to do it. Maybe. Check whether it works for you, because it's not going to work for everyone. So those are the 3 overrated pieces of advice that I think you should not follow.